Hi there. You're just in time because I'm about to give Rachel her bottle. Rachel is a baby manatee, and she lives here at SeaWorld of Florida. Manatees are mammals, so babies like Rachel need lots of milk. Rachel gets 3 bottles a day, and she loves to be fed. Just look at her go. She'll drink every drop. The first time you see a manatee, you might think they're strange looking. Manatees have tails that are wide and flat, and big round bodies and flippers to steer them through the water. Adult manatees spend their time grazing on underwater plants. I guess that's why they're called sea cows. Thanks, Amy. When Rachel was 1 week old, she was hit by a boat. She was rescued and brought here to SeaWorld, and she's lived here ever since. Now, one of the first manatees ever rescued anywhere was a curious young sea cow named Sam. He poked his nose into an underwater sewer pipe, and he couldn't get out. His story is told in this book, Sam the Sea Cow.
Sam the Sea Cow by Francine Jacobs. Illustrations by Laura Kelly. Read by Jason Robards. Spring comes to southern Florida. A huge gray animal moves slowly down a river toward the sea. It is a shy, harmless manatee. On her back, the manatee carries a brand new calf, just born. His name will be Sam. The manatee rises, so her calf's head is above the water. The calf breathes in. He breathes out. Even though a manatee lives in the water, it breathes air, just like you and me. Sam's mother ducks him and lifts him, and ducks him and lifts him. She teaches him to breathe in the air and hold his breath underwater. Sam finds a place beneath his mother's flipper when he is hungry. He sucks her warm milk. Manatees are mammals, so they feed their babies milk from their bodies. Sam looks like his mother. He has little round eyes and a small head. He hears sounds, but he has no outside ears. Sam's body is shaped like a big pear. He swims with his 2 mitten-shaped flippers. Later, he will learn to use his tail. One day, Sam hears a strange noise. He lifts his head to look. Eep, eep. His mother squeals to warn him. Bam, 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 bam. Too late! A motorboat hits Sam. The propeller cuts him. Motorboats are manatees' worst enemies. Sam's wound leaves a scar between his eyes. It will be there for the rest of his life. In the fall, Sam and his mother swim up a river to warmer waters. Alligators snooze on the shore. Long-legged herons wade in the mud. Sam eats plants like other manatees. Sam pokes his whiskered face into some hyacinths. Munch, 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 munch. Every 5 minutes, Sam comes up to breathe. And sometimes he pops up near fishing boats and surprises the fishermen. Sam leaves his mother when he is 2 years old. Like other manatees, he spends the next few years swimming along the seacoast in the warm months and returning to the rivers in the cooler season. When Sam isn't eating, he goes exploring. He swims around wooden pilings. He searches under old piers. One day, Sam swims into a big, round cement pipe. He squirms half in, but then he can't get out again. Sam is stuck in a sewer drain. People hear Sam's cries. They try to help him, but Sam can't be moved from the drain. Someone calls the seaquarium. They pull Sam out of the sewer and take him to the seaquarium. Sam has a new home now. He lives in a round cement pool. Soon, Sam is feeling well again, but there is nothing for him to explore here. Even when Sam is put in a pool with other manatees, he is lonely. The keepers finally decide to return him to a river. Sam is lifted to a truck and taken to an airplane. The pilot flies Sam to Crystal River, 600 miles away. Other manatees are swimming in the river. Eep, eep, eep. Sam calls them. He flips his tail and swims to them. One manatee turns to face Sam. She puts her snout right up to Sam's. They rub noses. They rub whiskers. They swim off together. Goodbye, Sam.
When a manatee is saved, it takes a team of experts and a lot of muscle power to do the job. And there are a lot of people right here at SeaWorld and other places around Florida ready to save an injured manatee on a moment's notice. When a manatee is hit by a speeding boat, a rescue team races to the scene of the accident. They must act quickly and get the animal out of the water so that its injuries can be treated. This manatee was struck by a spinning propeller. Each emergency is different. That's why teamwork and fast thinking are so important. This manatee, like Sam the sea cow, is stuck in a drain pipe. Because he's frightened and in pain, the rescue team must be careful not to hurt him. Crews often use ordinary fishing nets to pull a manatee to safety. But when a net won't do, they bring in the heavy equipment.
Okay. Watch it. Hang on. Okay. Lift away.
As soon as a manatee is out of the water, it's carried to the back of a waiting truck.
Set, go.
A manatee ambulance. The hurt animal is taken to a special place to rest and recover. This is Homosassa Springs. Injured manatees come here for a little tender, loving care.
They'll come up to you if you're not aggressive toward them.
Park Ranger Betsy Dirth and veterinarian Mark Lau work with them every day.
This is remarkable. I've never been around this many huge animals in the water before. How big are some of the manatee here?
The male manatees, when they're adults, run about 1,000 to 1,200 pounds. The females run in the neighborhood of about 2,000 pounds.
That's a lot of weight. These animals are really, really large. You know, Dr. Mark, a lot of people don't think that manatees are very attractive looking, but I find them really beautiful.
Right. Well, I think the thing about manatees is they're so ugly they're cute.
And these marks on Amanda's back, they kind of look like scars.
That's right, LeVar, they are. At times, their curiosity has gotten them into trouble, getting entangled in crab trap lines and also getting too near boats and getting injured from the boat propellers.
From propellers.
And that's one of the major causes of manatee injuries is boating.
They get too close to these boats and their propellers cut into their skin.
Right. You can see the several lines in a row there.
Right.
These scars right here, she got being hit by a boat, and those scars she'll have the rest of her life. All these white marks right here are the scars.
Now, Betsy, what's on the menu today? What are we feeding these manatees?
Okay, these biscuits right here are monkey biscuits. These are vitamin mineral biscuits. We give them lettuce, cabbage, and carrots here.
They're vegetarians.
They are vegetarians, right? Out in the wild, of course, they don't get lettuce. They eat the hydrilla grass and hyacinths that grow out in the river. They like to eat. They can spend most of their day eating, sleeping, and playing.
Not a bad way to live, huh?
Right.
Eat, sleep, and play all day. So let's talk about where the manatee come from, Dr. Mark. They're descended from which animal, do we think?
We think they're descended from the elephant. It's their closest relative on land. And they have a upper lip that's very similar to an elephant's trunk. It's called prehensile, meaning that it will grab. And here we go with one reaching and grabbing.
Yeah.
And you see how they're reaching with that, just very similar to an elephant would reach and grab something.
With the end of his trunk.
Right.
He has that they're like almost fingers, sort of.
Right.
Yeah. And then, of course, the flippers and the nails on the flippers.
Right.
They look like elephant's toes,
Right.
don't they?
Right. The very small nails, very similar to the elephants.
I just love the way their skin feels, don't you?
Isn't it neat? And they do have sparse body hairs that very difficult to see, but along their back you'll see some very fine hairs.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things that makes them a mammal.
His body hair.
Right.
Now, manatees hold their breath like we do, don't they?
Right. Just as they go underwater, you will notice there's a little valve on the nostril that closes, and this keeps the water out of their nose. They breathe about every 3 to 5 minutes on the average.
Oh, yeah. There he is breathing. And then he goes back down again.